Tide Talk with Webb is back, baby. Second installment, a little bit more A-Day notes today and some stuff on Glen Coffee. Stick around for that one. Anyway, spring report, Alabama's defense lacks toughness. Yes, there's issues. Like I said in my last video, there's things going on. Missed field goals was really annoying. It really sucked, but I think we're going to get better. Hopefully that new kicker that's coming in, it's really good. Hopefully he can pick up the slack and do better because we got to get better. Like I said, we have not had a good kicker since Tiffin. Or let's say consistent, like super consistent, which you know about 90% of the time as he goes out that line, he's going to hit that field goal. So I think we'll be better. Like I said, I think after what we've seen, nobody's fretting over the new offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll, which is great, which I said I thought he was going to be really good. And we're not playing this keep away crap. Obviously, we're throwing it down the field. We're doing great. All of our three of our quarterbacks are gunslingers. They're all improving much better from where they were last year. Like I said, they were going to be. So that's really good. The question is, how is Alabama's defense going to respond, giving up last-second touchdown against the Clemson to lose the national championship game? Well, from what I've seen so far, we're struggling. Now, granted, we're losing a lot of NFL talent. I get that. You know, it's something we can't fix. Because of right now, Alabama's defense may lack toughness from what I've been seeing. That happened during A-Day on Saturday at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and it didn't quell the fears that we had coming out of two of the big practices I mentioned. Like I said, this Alabama defense has tons of athletic ability. They really do. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an Alabama fan. Like, there's speed all over the field. But, man, the fortitude is, I don't know if it's not there or if they need to find that identity. I think they will, but it's scary a little bit at this point. There was a comment by Rashaan Evans. We're going to work on finishing, and that's the main thing, said Alabama linebacker Rashaan Evans. Yeah, that needs to definitely be worked on. Evans' first-team defense gave up a game-winning scoring drive in the final seconds. So that's something they can work on. That's something they can put on the bulletin board and keep working on. The white team defense had the game won until safety Ronnie Harrison extended the opposing offensive drive with a targeting penalty. The infraction occurred with 52 seconds left in the game. That is a game killer. In real life, in real games, that can change a season. So that's something that we can look at. I know it was practice, and I'm not trying to harp on these guys because I love them, but I'm just saying the things that we need to work on as a fan that I'm seeing. There was another comment, too. Just like the white team itself, we wanted to treat the whole situation like a Clemson game, Evans said. We came up short, but going into the summer workouts, we're just going to keep working and finishing, and that's the main thing that we're going to do. Also, Evans said, I feel like the summer is the most important part of the whole season, Evans said. A team really builds itself and understands what is going on to be once the season starts, and once we do that, we'll be okay, which I agree. I think you're right, Evans. But there are some bright spots, so let's not all doom and gloom here. I'm going to point that out. We had the first-team defense registered 6 sacks against the first-team offense, and the second-team defense registered 6 sacks as well. So that's good. Makes you a little nervous about that offensive line. Go ahead and throw it out there. But we're getting to the quarterback, so that's very good. Like I said, Jerry Jeudy, he had 134 yards, 2 TDs on the Alabama second-team secondary. So, that was good. And then Tua looked good. That was another good point. The running backs all looked good, even though they were mostly backups playing in there because all the big boys are hurt right now. There are five best players on the Alabama team in order entering the summer are defensive back Minkah Fitzpatrick. We knew that. Defensive tackle Deron Payne, yes. Linebacker Rashaan Evans, quarterback Jalen Hurts, and receiver Calvin Ridley. That's kind of a no-brainer. The three biggest concerns right now, entering the summer period and entering the fall, is the defense's toughness. Like I said, one. The kicking situation, which we've had to worry about that ever since Kiffin left. So that's just par for the course there. And then replacing Marlon Humphrey at cornerback. That's going to be something to watch. That's something that I was kind of talking about a few videos back. I think we'll be okay, but that's definitely something to watch. Evans also had a comment. That's going to fuel us a lot, Evans said, of allowing Clemson to drive down the field and win the national championship. I feel like now, once these guys have been through the situation and we have a chip on our shoulder now, I feel like our work is going to go up and we're going to work even harder with the fact that we've been through that and we understand the situation that we were in. So that's awesome. So they have good leadership. We're seeing that. They're going to fix the issues. On to Glenn Coffey. Okay, it's somebody we haven't heard of for years. We know he played for the 49ers, and then got it, and he's like, he wanted to be a preacher, and then he went to the Army, and then he's a Green Beret. That was about 7, almost 8 years ago. Glenn Coffey's agent confirmed on Saturday what the NFL transaction wire seemed to indicate on Friday. His client will attempt a comeback after 7 seasons out of football. Man, I would have just stayed. Like, you're a lot older. You're like 31 years old. It's a lot harder. I hope he does it, but that's kind of strange. Like, I would have just stayed the first time. I mean, you're getting paid to work out and go play a game. Like, any dude would love that. But anyway, Coffey left San Francisco 49ers training camp in August of 2010. He joined the U.S. Army in 2013, but recently left the military. He feels like he served. Now the time is right. Agent DeRay O'Brien told Matt Moko of NBL Sports Bay Area, he's in a good place. He understands you can't play football forever and you can't do any one thing forever. He's in a good place right now, and he wants to use his God-given ability as a football player. The 49ers reinstated Glenn Coffey from the reserve/retired list and waived him. If he goes unclaimed by Monday afternoon, he will become a free agent. I have not kept up with that, so if somebody could post in the comments, did he get waived or what's going on? Coffey entered the NFL as a third-round choice to San Francisco in 2009. He drafted a rookie. He ran for 226 yards and a touchdown on 83 carries to finish second on the team in rushing behind Pro Bowler Frank Gore. Coffey will return 30 years old in May. I stand corrected. I thought he was 31. He's been training with Johnny Jackson at the JDPI Sports Performance in Northport, O'Brien said. I can tell you he's in great shape, O'Brien said. The man doesn't have a six-pack. He's got a 12-pack. He's been training several months, the rigors of the Army Rangers. He was already in great shape. So that's great. For Alabama in 2008, Coffey rushed for 1,383 as far as total yards, second best single season total in Tide history behind Bobby Humphries, which was 1,471. In 86, Coffey's 2008 yardage is now fifth on Alabama's single season list. Coffey chose NFL with 1 season of eligibility remaining. And Coffey's most recent play in the 49ers' 28-6 victory over St. Louis Rams, January 3rd, 2010. He had 2 carries for 12 yards. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting situation to watch. I need to figure it out and go read up on some more and see if anybody's picked him up. It may be hard at his age, at 30, to come back, because he just walked away for like pretty much no defined reason. A cool article I found on Saturdays Down South I was going to share with you guys. 5 things I like from Alabama's A-Day spring game. Just kind of broke it down better than I could have. I thought something was kind of cool. A 60-yard pass to Calvin Ridley, a 65-yard pass to Robert Foster for TD, a 50-yard pass to Robert Foster, and another 37-yard pass to Calvin Ridley. So we are making progress in the passing game. Thumbs up. All 3 of these big completions hit the receiver in stride while showing impressive velocity. Now, Hurts wasn't perfect today. He took a couple unnecessary sacks early in the game. He could have thrown 2 of them away. But, like I said, we're seeing progress, and that's all you can ask for. Hurts was forced to go into a second read. When the first read was gone, Hurts looked impressive. Hurts seemed uncomfortable when his first option wasn't there, which, that's just part of being young. And that's something he needs to be monitored heading into the summer, which if a writer, a sports writer can see that, Brian Debo can see that, and they're going to work on it, trust me. Despite the sales struggle from Hurts, overall played a great game. Hurts finished with 301 yards, like I said, and 2 TDs and an interception while completing 61.5% of his passes, which is awesome. He's hitting these guys in stride. He's hitting the deep ball. That's what we need. That's going to open up the run game. And when these big daddies like Najee Harris, that's over 200 pounds, and the other big daddy, Brian Robinson, coming in, going to help Bo Scarborough, all the big daddies are going to be back there. So just trust me. They get a few of these long passes. We're going to be running in the green, son. It's going to be awesome. You had a great performance out of Tua. He had an amazing game. Like I said, he finished with 313 yards, 3 TDs, 1 interception while completing 58.6% of his passes. Awesome. It looks like we finally have a great backup and a great starter. So we look really at good hands at the quarterback position. Like I said, one thing that I noticed and also other people noticed, he's got a lightning execution. He's not like Tebow where he winds up like a baseball pitcher and slings it slow. He's very, very fast. He may be left-handed, but he's lightning quick on that release, which is awesome. The depth of the receiving core, like I said, we know Adarius Stewart's going. He's a Fultondale boy, which is awesome. Garrett Dieter and receiving tight end O.J. Howard is gone, unfortunately. But Robert Foster proved that he can hit the deep threat in 2017. Like I said, Jerry Jeudy's coming on strong, and so is Foster. Calvin really ain't going nowhere. So I think we're in very, very, very good hands there. I think we got 3 NFL home run receiving kind of guys there. So that's awesome. Like I said, Calvin Ridley's still the #1 dude, but Jerry Jeudy's going to get in the mix a lot this year. He's going to have plenty of targets to throw to. So no worries there. We had an added element for #4. I think Najee Harris will contribute to Alabama's run game very, very early. Like I said, the Tide defense kept the run game mostly in check on A-Day, but true freshman Najee Harris still had an impressive debut. He led both teams in rushing, 70 yards on 17 carries, which is really good. He had 3 interceptions for 37 yards and showed soft hands with a 12.3 yard per reception. It was also very impressive. So he can also not only pound the rock out of the backfield, he can catch. A lot of people are comparing his running style, his catching style to Le'Veon Bell of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I can see it, but he's a little young, so we'll see what happens. But I think he's very good. #5, Mack Wilson's developed